Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make some chocolate truffle fudge for Christmas, and for this I'm going to include some sweetened dried cranberries and some roughly chopped hazelnuts just to give a texture to the fudge. Very simple recipe with only a few ingredients. I'm also going to put a little bit of desiccated coconut in the bottom of my pan and then sprinkle some more on the top of the truffle fudge once I've poured it into the pan. That's again just for a little bit of extra texture and flavour. So for the ingredients I have one can, which is 397 grams of sweetened condensed milk. I think those cans are fairly universal in size, so one can of condensed milk. I have 1 2/3 cups of chocolate chips, and I'm using half milk chocolate and half dark chocolate. I have 125 grams, which is 1 cup of sweetened dried cranberries, and I have 100 grams, which is 3/4 of a cup of hazelnuts, which I just chopped up quite roughly. Then I also have 20 grams of coconut, desiccated coconut, which is 2 or 3 tablespoons, not very much. And I'm going to start off by simply sprinkling some of that coconut over the bottom of my lined 8-inch pan. So this cake tin is 8 inches, and I've lined it with parchment paper. And it doesn't matter how evenly you sprinkle that coconut, because it will get moved around a bit when the chocolate truffle gets poured on, I'm sure. So with that, like that, the next thing to do is to simply melt the chocolate into the condensed milk and then pour this in and mix it together. So we'll go on to do that. I'll put the chocolate and the condensed milk into my saucepan and we'll get that melting. So I'll put the chocolate in and then turn the heat on. This is only a low heat on this ring. I'll pour the condensed milk in as well, and I'll stir that gently as it's melting. Okay, so as you can see, that chocolate and condensed milk has now melted, and what I'm going to do, this is only for my own satisfaction, I'm going to scoop out a little bit of it, which I'm going to pour on the top and spread out later. So then I'll tip in the sweetened cranberries and the hazelnuts, and I simply mix them all together. Get everything nicely mixed. And then we're ready to pour that into our prepared cake tin. And so we'll pour that into the tin. And then spread it around. Just ease it into the corners. Try to make it as level as you can. And then I'm going to pour onto that the remaining mixture that I had. If I can find my little spatula. And that will allow me to spread that over the top, ready to have the coconut sprinkled onto it. You don't have to do this, of course. I just want I don't want too much of the nuts and the cranberries showing on the top, because it will the coconut won't adhere to that in quite the same way. I think that's good enough. And then with that spread like that, I'm simply going to take my coconut and sprinkle that on the top as well, as much or as little as I want. That's good enough like that. And then that just needs to be left to firm up. So I'm going to put that into the fridge, and I'm going to chill it for at least 2 hours so that it's firmed up, and then I'll come back and we'll cut it and we'll have a taste. Well, it's been a couple of hours now since I put the chocolate truffle fudge in the fridge. I've taken it out and I've removed it from the tin, and I've cut it a little bit, and this is what it looks like. So this is a 2 by 2 square basically, and it looks quite good, nice and firm. And I've cut some smaller squares because it depends on how much somebody wants to eat really. This is a 1 by 1 square, and I think that's quite a good amount for me to eat, so I'll give that one a taste. It does taste very, very good. That nice sort of truffly fudge from the chocolate with the chewiness of the cranberries and the crunchy nuts. As I said, you can put whatever fruit you want into this and whatever nuts you want into it. So if you don't like hazelnuts or you don't like cranberries, you can put candied peel, for instance, or sultanas or raisins, peanuts, whatever you want. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there will be an eye that you can click on, which will take you to this recipe, and I'll put a link below the video to it as well. I'll also put a link below the video to my Christmas playlist, so you can see the other Christmas bakes that I have videos of that you can check if you want to. And I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.